Anybody else want me to allow record? Okay, so I'm recording to the cloud.
Can I record?
Yeah, who's that?
Symphony?
Symphony. Okay, I gotta find you on my little pictures. Here you are. Okay, allow record. Done.
Thank you.
Welcome. Anybody else? Okay. What? Was that a person? No? Okay. So here we see the moving figure, another walking pose. This time the hip swing's going the other direction. So here is just a simple analyzing it, which I could do, and then basically bringing it down. So I'm going to start with just the picture. If I can hold that picture. Yeah, I'll start with that picture. I'll bring in my pad. Okay, where is my ruler? Don't know where I put my ruler. We'll just use the side of a pad to get a nice line. I have no idea where my ruler went. Okay, so I'm not going to use the grid anymore. I'm going to do it by looking at it. I'm going to start with the head. So when you look at this head, it's slightly tilted. You can see the little tilt. Okay, so that means when the axis line comes up, more of the head is on this side. You can't even see that. I'll lower it just a little bit. More of the head is on this side. And just some of it is on this side. Okay. Very good. Let's see. Okay, so my neck is slightly angled also. My shoulders have a little bit of angle. My neck's a little thick. There, I changed it. I'm looking at my waist. Has a slight angle too. And then my hips are coming out. So you can see in this picture clearly the crotch is over to the left side of the axis line. And the knee comes all the way to the axis line. So I'm guesstimating how long I think that is. And here's my crotch. And this leg, part of it is on the left side, and then it hits the kneecap. So here's my kneecap. One is a little higher than the other. So this one comes a little lower, and this one is a little higher. I swung it out a little too far. And the foot is really right on it. So let's move it up a little bit. We have a lot of shadow. I don't know if that helps. Putting that light somewhere where you can see it. I don't know if that'll help. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it'll stay there. It creates a nice shadow. Let's see. I have this great little light, but it doesn't have anywhere to sit. So let's see if I can get it over here. Oops. So much for videotaping. Get that off. Okay. Sorry. You'd think after a week of this I'd have it figured out, but I don't. And let's see if that works. Gives me a little bit of light. Okay, so this is like the exact mirror image of the one we sketched yesterday. Okay, so now I've got just a little bit of shape. Okay, so my clavicle comes down. We have a little bit of lift from the arm. And that hand is not an attractive hand. It's going to look like a claw if I sketch it. So I'm just going to lengthen it a little and make that simple hand that I always make. Okay, and so bring that down so you can see what I'm doing. Looking at my negative space. Okay. My arm curves. And then this one, I've already done one hand with fingers. This one I can minimize and just put it behind. As long as I have one hand, I'm doing okay. Okay. So she has a hairline that waves. I'm not going to let the waves go on my garment. So I keep it off of the garment. So I'm going to do chin, jawline, cheekbone, my little ear. So my mouth is defined. My nose is minimal. And my eyes are small. I angle them slightly and I lift. But they're very small. The arches at the 2/3. Might give her just a little bit more height. And where did my little shading thing go? Oh, I found my ruler. Okay.
Pat, could I actually record, please?
Yeah, is that Jewel?
Yes, thank you.
I kind of know your voices. See, where are you? Danielle, you don't look awake.
I am.
Okay, I'm looking for Jewel. Where are you? There you are. Okay. I put it back to allow record. Anyone else want to record? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go back to the picture. Okay. So I'm just leaving some highlight on the bends. And then I'm going to make a shadow shape. A few thick lines mixed with the thin lines, and I'm done with the hair. Might put a little shadow on the lip. Her lip looks a little weird, but I don't know why. Okay. Now, I'm going to go over here and I'm going to share the screen. Hopefully my little experiment will work. And I'm going to share this. Can you see the screen? This is one of you guys. Who's this?
Yes.
Jax. This is Jack's mood board. So I'm going to look at this mood board for inspiration. So usually in the past I've said no figures in the mood board, but I didn't say it this time. I let you do whatever you want. So I'm looking for things that might inspire me for design. So some of the things I find interesting when I look at this picture is that volcano and those stars, and that car is unusual. And I don't know what that white thing is.
Can you make it bigger?
That's a good question. I don't know. Let's see.
Let's see.
Zoom it.
Oh.
I'm zooming it so it brings it in a little bit. Yeah, that down at the bottom, it's like a body that's chewed out. That's interesting to me. So I'm going to create a design looking at his mood board. Is Jack here? Are you awake?
Yeah, it's a statue.
Okay,
Not
let's.
the one that you said
Oh,
was
it's
like
a
two.
statue.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like eroding.
It's just cool. I like the way it looks. So I'm going to try to incorporate that in my design. And I like this volcano and I like that branch. Just, I'm going to get ideas from just looking at your mood board. I just want to give an example. Okay, so this is my template. And I'm going to put another
The makers of Lysol have issued a warning against drinking bleach after the president said it might cure coronavirus.
bleach.
Why is it their responsibility?
Because they're gonna go out, his people are gonna go out and start drinking it, and they're gonna sue Lysol.
No, that your president told you to.
Latoya, I think it's not on mute.
What?
I'm just glad my favorite doctor.
Okay, so I'm making a raw edge. Maybe I'll put a slit here. So I'm getting this design from looking at his mood board. That's the whole idea of these mood boards. You create a theme and then you go with it. Okay, so here's her body. Everybody's quiet. Is it making sense what I'm doing?
Yeah. Question. I think you need to pin yourself.
Oh, because you
Really
can't.
Yeah, it
draw.
won't let me select it.
I stopped sharing. Can you see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I forgot to go out of the mood board. Okay. And so part of doing a design is I'm going to create the shoes and the hair trend and the accessories. So if I go back to the mood board and look at it, okay, let's see if I get some ideas. I like this textured look. I think I'm going to use that textured look, that pink circular textured look at the bottom. I mean at the top. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to put that in my shoe. So I'm going to probably give her a boot. And I'm also going to put it here too. I just liked the way that design. So this may not be at all what Jack had in mind, but this is just me interpreting his mood board and using it to help me come up with ideas. And maybe I will.
I really like the dress, Miss Rad.
You like it?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I've got. So I might put some glasses on her and a mask. So she's all masked up for Corona. And so I've made it asymmetrical. This part's the real arm coming out. So I want to make that clear, and this is a top. Okay, so this is my design created from that mood board. So that gives you an idea of why we're drawing poses. And with that hip swing, I might have a little bit more angle on that skirt because of that hip swing. Wasn't thinking about that. So, and it might have a little bit of fold created from the pull on her hip. And I might have a little bit of shadow. So maybe between the legs, I got a little bit of shadow and that pull from the hip. You can actually see the body in my shading, which just helps make the sketch look, oh wait, this is her real arm, so it's not going to have that much. Okay, so I'm going to put a little nuance, a little darker in some of the curves. Okay, you get the idea. Maybe just a little bit of curve in some of those. But the darkest areas pull your eye around. So I have lots of darker areas to pull my eye around. So I put on the module under 9th day, because now we're in the 9th day, I put just bodies that you can use for templates. So you've learned how to make your own bodies, but you can also use templates to make your own designs, so you're not spending a lot of time creating a whole new body, that you can use pre-made bodies.
Miss Brad, I actually got in my 9th head book.
Oh, good.
I wanted to know what page the template was on.
Oh, well, I have a book right here, but I don't know if I have the same edition you have. But I'll look and see what page the template's on. So are you talking about the flat template? To making a flat? I don't know if you heard me. Okay, so in my book, it says page 267 in my book. Okay, I don't know if that's your book, but it says precision.
I have the 3rd edition, so I went to go grab it and I dropped it.
Oh, I don't know what edition I have.
It's okay.
Is it inside? What edition? Oh, I have the 4th edition.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't mean the numbers are different.
Pages are kind of different. Yeah.
So it says precision of line drawing flats. Page 269 has a template in it. So you probably can just look up in the index where the templates for the knitwear is, the bodysuit. But that's a template. And then it shows you step by step making flats, which we'll do more of those. So that's what you're looking for. So it's kind of in the middle of the book. But if I go to the front, it should say where we were. Flats, 265. So it's probably the 4th chapter in your book, and you can find out what page it's on. Okay? Okay. Okay, so there's my design from Jack's mood board inspiration. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, this will be on the modules today. So if I wanted to create more from a mood board, I could just use a template that has a lot of figures, and I could come up with more concept ideas. So in the past, I always did swimwear as the first collection, but I'm changing it this time, mostly because I want you to do something you enjoy. And maybe not all of you want to do swimsuits. I don't know. So in the past, we did 2 swimsuits. We did a 2-piece. We did a cover-up. And I think that made it 5 pieces. 5 pieces. So we're going to make a 5-piece collection for our first collection using your mood board to help you create ideas. And so a two-piece could be a pant and a top. And it doesn't have to be swimsuits. It could be what you want it to be. So it could be another top and it could be a jacket. Okay, so let's say it's one top, one jacket instead of a swimsuit, and a two-piece pant set and a cover-up. It could be a top or a dress and a jacket or a coat and a two-piece. So that way you have more say on what you're doing. So a cover-up, if you're not doing swimwear, could just be another coat or jacket. Coat or jacket. So we really don't need two coats or jackets. We could have, one could be a coat, one could be a jacket. That'll work. And then we have a top or a dress, and then this one is a pant and a top. Okay, so that's still 5 pieces. Okay, so I've already done a dress in my little collection. So, and I've got this circular detail. I have raw edge and I have a bit chewed out. So that gives me some elements to create more designs. So I'm going to do a 2-piece pant and top next. So I'm going to use this one because it's easier to see. So I'm going to create, maybe I'll do pajama bottoms because we're in the COVID era where everybody keeps their pajamas on because nobody sees them. So I'm making this nice and baggy. And maybe I'll make this in a flannel. So you get to choose your fabrics, a soft flannel. Okay, so I'm going to make it a little wider and shorter. Okay, so I was telling Jewel to lift the sides up slightly because gravity will pull it up. It won't go completely straight. So I pulled it up slightly just so that it has a little lift. Okay, now it looks more natural. Okay, so now I'm going to come up with some ideas. So you guys look at the mood board one more time and just give it some. So it has those star shapes. It has these mountain tops. It has, oh my, X-rated picture there. I threw that in. It's got somebody crouched on the top. The ceiling's peeling. Oh, it's got sand in the room. I don't know what that is. Oh, this is cool too. It looks like angel wings. I don't know what those textures are, but it looks cool. Tumbleweeds. There's a lot of angles and interesting shapes. Okay.
Maybe you could do something with the cat print,
Oh, good idea.
tiger print.
Good idea. Okay, I'm going to make these pants the tiger print. Okay, so I'm going to make it big, then I'm going to make it small. So when I'm doing a print, I don't have to put it on the entire garment. I can just put it in the shadow area. How did I lose my pencil already? I know I had that. Oh, it hit the floor. Okay. So I'm going to just put some little dark shapes in it. So it has small and wide shapes in it. And I'm basically just putting it in some of the shadow.
Miss Rad, for the assignment, are we only supposed to make one outfit, or do you want us to make 5 outfits?
Nope, just one outfit
Okay.
on assignment. The 5 is going to be for next week when we're building the collection.
Okay.
Okay, so now I got a nice soft flannel and it's an animal print and I made it a little shorter. And then I'm going to put some shoes. So think about what kind of shoe do I want this to have? Okay, maybe I'll have some slip-ons and it has that little circular,
Can you scoot it up a little? I can't see the feet.
sorry.
Thank you.
I gave it a little bit of that circular, and I'm going to make these out of rubber, some kind of plastic rubber.
They like Crocs.
Yeah, only they have that little curved thing going on. Okay, so now the top. I have to think about what I want the top to look like. So maybe I'm going to put this little, call it a bib, and it's going to have those lines on it. Okay, so here's my design. Okay, and then the rest of the top, I'm going to give it a raglan sleeve. It's going to be loose, looks loose, and my little tummy shows. And I'm going to gather it in the crease, and I'm going to give it raw edge. So it's going to be made out of muslin, and that little accessory on the top is going to be made out of some kind of rubber plastic that matches my shoes. So obviously I'm going a little non-trendy and creating something totally different. Okay. Okay, so that's my two-piece. So I have animal print. So my animal print, it's a cheetah. We'll make it a cheetah. It's a faux endangered species. And all the funds from that pant will go to a charity to save the cheetahs. Okay. So maybe I'll write on here, save the cheetahs. And I'll
Have you
just
watched
put,
Tiger King, Miss Rath?
what?
Have you seen Tiger King?
No, have you watched it?
Yes.
Is it good?
It's
It's really
crazy.
I haven't seen.
I couldn't finish it. It's too silly.
It's too what?
It's like the
Almost
beginning is just
unbelievable,
silly.
right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Unbelievable. It's a documentary though.
Everybody's talking about it on the news stations.
It's the most popular documentary in the world, they say, like, ever. I recommend it.
Okay.
It's it can get really dark at times, but it's actually really funny.
It's making little claw marks on it, like pretending a cheetah scratched it up. Maybe I'll put some of those scratch marks in my pant. It just looks like cheetah claw marks. Okay, so there's my first design. So I have a pant, a two-piece. So now I need a dress or a top. I did the dress. This is my dress. Okay, so I made the dress and the pant and top. And then now I've got to do a jacket and a coat. A jacket and a coat. Okay, so the jacket could go around either one of these. Okay, so I'm going to make, obviously, a hoodie. And I'm going to make it look like this. Kind of reminds me of the Hunger Games. And I can just trace this template. So I will have this template on the module later today. Okay, and then it's going to come down. I'm going to make it a little longer than usual. I gave it again a raglan sleeve, and I might give it a slit. I think a slit would be nice. And a deep armhole. And I'm going to put a cuff on it. The cuff is going to have ribbing. And this hooded zipped. I'm going to put a zipper on it, an exposed zipper with a huge pull. And it just comes in here. I might put some shirring in here. I don't know if it needs it, but or maybe put that rubber. Yeah, put that rubber decal that's here is also going to be here. Okay, so that's my little jacket or coat. I could call it a coat. Okay, so I'm going to just put this in the pocket. It's going to have pockets. Maybe I will draw the pocket so you can see it.
Are you gonna do a print on this jacket?
Question, should I do a print? Maybe just the sleeves.
Should we look at his mood board again?
Sure, you want to see it again?
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, and then this one, you can have the dress on underneath.
I had an idea for pants. You
Okay,
could do like apocalyptic pants that have that like cargo look to kind of pull in the whole like desert vibes,
okay.
but that's not what you're doing.
No, I can do it. I'll do it over here. So maybe I will make it a little shorter.
Maybe his coat could be like lava. Or you could put a mountain on the back if you really want, or like the volcano.
Oh, so okay, so this will be the back of the hoodie. So you can see it.
Go
And-
back to the other screen.
Oh yeah, you can't see what I'm doing. Sorry. I forgot. I get carried away. Okay, so we're gonna put the volcano on here. Maybe we'll do a silk screen or something with some glitter. That would be kind of cool. So it'll have a little sparkle in it. And okay, and then you see I made that a raglan sleeve, so I'm gonna make this a raglan sleeve. And then this had that design on it. Okay, so the fabric that this is gonna be made out of, I had flannel for the pants, muslin for the top. I had the trim was rubber. And so now this top,
Leather maybe?
what?
Leather maybe?
Oh, make the coat leather, okay.
Do like a beige leather color?
Okay, that's nice. And it's faux leather because we're saving the animals. Okay.
But
What?
not the planet. Mr. Conti told us that faux leather is really bad for the planet.
Oh, seriously?
It's all plastic, right?
Whoa. So then what do we use?
Just the real leather, practically.
Oh, okay. Well,
You can
I
never win in this world.
Body.
out of fruit and wine. You could make it out of something else.
Could they do like a biodegradable leather? A faux leather, maybe?
Oh, it's hurting anybody.
Um,
I don't know if it's hurting. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we put a lot of pockets on this to make it functional. Okay, so we have our top, we have our jacket, coat, pant. We just need, we've done that now. We just need one more jacket. So we're going to put a jacket here. Maybe I'll give it a collar with a crazy collar stand. It went wide to small.
Oh, I really like your pants.
And then this will come across. Maybe I'll put buttons here. Really deep. And then it goes a nice big cuff. Okay, so I don't have a hand, that hand is up, I'm putting it down so I can see my cuff. Okay, and this one went. I made it double-breasted. I'm going to give it a princess seam and an underarm seam. Do a little piping. Okay, so here's my jacket. So I got the little jacket. So I had actually 2 pairs of pants. So maybe I should make a 6-piece instead of a 5-piece. One more pant. Okay, so I have one coat, one little jacket, one little top, a bottom and a bottom. You think I need another top? Or you think that's enough for a little collection? So I'll just make it optional if you want to add another top, because it's your collection. But here I've used this handout to create concepts. Okay, so we're going to give her a scarf with all the cheetah in it. And her earring. Okay, so then you got to come up with style numbers. So usually a style number has quite a few numbers and letters in it, and they usually have a purpose, like maybe the season. So let's say this season is going to be spring. So maybe I'll have SP for spring, and I will make all my coats start with the number 3. So this one's going to have a 3 in it, and this one's also going to have a 3 in it. And then maybe I'll have another letter stands for leather. And then maybe this is the 5th jacket in all the patterns I've made in the past. So I'm going to call this number 5. So everybody has a different system. Every company on how they choose their, this one number 6, how they choose their numbers. So you can choose numbers, you can have a system, it's up to you, but you'll choose a style number. Okay, so this one's going to be spring, and this, I think I made the 3 the different fabric. 3 was the, no, L was the leather. I don't know what 3 was for. Does anybody remember me talking about it?
spring or something, you wanted it to, since it's gonna be your spring line, you wanted to start with the number 3.
Oh, okay.
Did that make sense?
This one out of the cheetah print, so I'm going to put C, and then I'm going to call it maybe my 4th pant. So you can see each one of these has a different combination, and that way I can identify it. They all mean something. Okay, so this is, I'm going to just write the description. So this is a hooded tunic jacket, or coat, I'll call it a coat. A hooded zip front. Oh, you can't see me drawing. Zip front. Hooded zip front tunic with cheetah print raglan sleeves. So whenever it goes from armhole to neck, it's a raglan. If it went armhole to shoulder, it would be a set-in sleeve. So now I have a hooded zip front tunic with cheetah print raglan sleeves, side seam pockets, and side slits. And it has a rubber pleated inset in hoodie. And this was faux leather.
So you created like the front hoodie and then you just created like a back version so you can see the back of it?
Yeah, so this has the screen print volcano artwork, and it has some sparkles. So I added some, I don't know, rhinestones. I have some rhinestones on the back in some of my, you can see it. So it has a little glitter to it. And then this was the cheetah print, only on the sleeves. Okay, so now I have, now I'm going to describe this one. So I have a tie drawstring in really soft baby fleece, not fleece, but flannel, baby flannel. Wide leg, crop pant, doesn't go all the way to the ankles, and it has side seam pockets. And I'm going to line it, and let's see, I made it in flannel. I'm going to line it in silk, so it's really comfy and pricey. That's not cheap. Okay, so this top, let's see, I'm going to call it a midriff top, raglan sleeves, raglan cheetah sleeves. And I'm going to make this little piece removable. Removable rib. Well, it's not rib. It's a pleated collar. Pleated rubber collar. And it's removable in case I don't want it. So I could show a little window box. Maybe some jewelry on her. I could show a little window box of the back view, or without the without that I could show that again. So if I wanted to show it. Move it back here, and I could show how it looks if it didn't have. That's the raw edge. Okay, so I could wear it either or. Okay, so this one, I had the screen print volcanoes, sparkles, and rhinestones. And this is without collar. And I'm gonna put some raw edge on it too. Okay, so then my last one, I have a Jewel, what do you want to call this pant?
Uh, mm, cargo desert dweller.
Oh, I like that. A cargo desert dweller. It's a utility pant. Okay, so
Really like this collection. I want those pants.
with those pants,
Yeah.
you can make, once you have the pattern making class, you can make them. Okay,
Yeah.
cargo desert dweller utility pant. It's a little shorter than the crop pant, so I don't want to call it a crop. I don't know what I'm gonna call it. I'll call it a capri pant. I don't know. That might be close enough to how it's. I'll have to think about that word. Okay, this is a double-breasted jacket. What fabric should we put that in? So we have flannel, muslin, plastic, and faux leather. But I already have this in leather. So maybe I'll put this in a denim. And it'll be a beige denim. So it'll have a little twill in it, a little diagonal twill. And top stitching for
You
piping.
could maybe distress it a little bit too. That would be cute. I don't know how you draw those. Like a little bit of like some holes.
Yeah, that's a really good idea because it looks more like that mood board now. Yeah. Strategically, it's a little of the shoulder.
It's so cute.
Okay, so that's distressed. And maybe I'll give her some kind of hat. Okay, so she has a little hat. And then I have to decide, will she be barefooted or will she be wearing? Maybe I'll just have her barefoot. I don't know. She probably got to wear something. Maybe I'll give her platforms.
I was thinking like this whole collection would go well with dogs.
Oh. With what?
Doc Martens,
Oh, okay.
Big platform boots too. I like those ones a lot.
I'll give her.
Could you pull up the page, please?
Can you see it? Okay. So now, what am I missing? Go back to the lake. Oh, there's her body. And then this leg disappeared. Okay, so I'm gonna put some funky boot on her too. Okay. I look hard.
Yes.
Looks really hard. The first job I got working for a menswear company, all day long they had me sketching like this, ideas, and just filling up binders with ideas. Mondays they made patterns, and Fridays they went shopping to see all the other stores, the competitors. And then I would come back and just make tons of sketches of ideas. But not all designers work from sketching. Some of them get the fabric and start draping it and come up with creative ideas. Everybody's different. And you'll learn which way works for you too.
What was the name of the menswear company?
It was called Panache of Beverly Hills.
Uh-huh.
Almost every person I worked for is dead today. Because I started when I was 19, and they were all really old when I started working for people. And then now they're not here.
I worked for a menswear company for like 6 months.
Oh, did you enjoy it?
I liked the people, like my coworkers, but I felt like the salespeople and the designers were very unprofessional.
Oh,
The owner was sleeping. The owner of the company was sleeping with some of the ladies, and they felt entitled.
oh, that'll get you sued.
Oh, they had a lot of lawsuits, a few lawsuits.
My daughter worked for a company, Rockin' Republic.
Oh, I know it's him.
Got sued a few times from same similar situation. And I told my daughter, just leave.
Yeah, honestly, in like situations like that, the best thing to do is just to leave. Yeah. And I felt really bad because his wife was like the head of accounting.
Oh.
So she was there, and I felt really bad. Poor lady. She was really nice.
She probably knew.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she knew. But it's just like, the workplace gossip going around and then having like her come in. It's yeah. A lot of my coworkers actually don't work there anymore either.
Yeah.
Who I worked with.
I think I made my hood too high. But there you go. You can see the design ideas. Okay, so move your neck around. You're getting stiff. Move your body around. Okay, let's see. So we've done the shoe wheel. We've done creative design using this template, which I'll put online. Okay. So some of you were talking about, I think it was Charmaine, on how to do nuancing. So I briefly went over it.
Yeah, I did ask.
Yeah, I briefly went over it when we first started, but this little worksheet is to help you get used to using all your tools. So the first thing it says is hand strength. You want to build it because that's how you get a light touch. You use the pencil and you use it parallel. You try not to turn it on that angle so you don't get the tip. So I'm going to just put this over and I'm going to practice just going in one direction. And my goal is not to get lines. So as I get more control, I don't get the lines. So we did that for 1-inch boxes. This is more a 2-inch box, but you can see, and I'm not going back and forth. I'm just going down and then I'm lifting up. down and then I'm lifting up. But I'm trying to get smooth application. That's my goal. So then I can come in with my ruler and just get a nice okay. Then I use this soft paintbrush and just brush away the erasing. So the next thing it says is Micron 02, fluid line, ink is thick and thin. Light pressure, use a sharp point, practice on a stack of paper. I'm not going to use my Micron. I'm actually going to use my pencil because I wanted the first couple weeks without ink. So I'm just going to practice going thick and then thin, thick and then thin. So that's with my layout pencil. That's with a softer one. And then this is with my mechanical, thick and then thin, thick and then thin. So you just get the practice of a slow transition. And then it's one more time, thick and thin nuance, very thin light touch. Okay, so I've got my square. I'm going to do it again. Thick and then thin, thick and then thin. Trying to keep it professional. Okay. So this worksheet can also be used when we go into markers, but right now we don't have markers. So when I put in shading, I'm going one direction and I'm trying to create shapes. So I'm trying to go wide to small, like a feather point.
Scoot it up a little, please.
Oh, sorry. So I'm going to just move the whole thing up so you can see. Okay, so now the last one, I'm going to draw the cone shape of a fold, stagger it, the cone shape of a fold, stagger it. Okay, so I want to go a little thicker inside the folds. And I taper some of the curve so it's nuanced. And then I'm going to shade it. And I might add just a little bit on the side of my pencil so I can see some gradual change. Now my cone, I'm going to put mid-tone on both sides. Have a little bit more on one side than the other. Then it helps establish the light source. Now you can see, I don't know how clear that shows. If you can see that shape. Okay, so I'm going to draw the line down. Okay, so there's half of my worksheet. Now I've got more. So the next step has like a skirt, how it would be around the waist. I'll just put the little belly there so you can see it. And it curves, and all these little shapes are small, medium, and large, so that they're not all the same. And then I put a little bit of shadow on some of them. Some the shadow can be long, some can be short, but I have a little bit of each. And then I'm going to put a little bit more. So it's random, and blend that. So now I have 3 values and I have all the gathers. So it's important when you're shading that you definitely get a small, medium, and large shape. So this is representing a fold. So I've got a small, make that just a little bit bigger, a large, a medium, and a small. So this one is draping, so it's like a little snake, and then you connect the lines. Those. Now, some of the curves you're going to put a little bit thicker. I'm going to staggered him. Have some nuance on some of the curves, and then it tapers to nothing. Okay, and then the last one, which I don't think you can see, I'm going to move it up. It is a hip swing and a bend, pulling towards the hip swing, and the curve of the pant leg. So now I'm going to shadow it. So I'm going to put shadow between the 2 legs. I'm going to put shadow at the creases. So you can see I nuanced it in the creases. I nuanced it on some of the curve, and I nuanced it on the side. So I have a little bit of both. Okay. So now I've got some drape and some fold. So here I have some hairstyles. So this worksheet is really good for practicing the hair. And then it's also good to pull out again when we use markers. We don't have markers yet, but eventually we will. Okay, so here's my hairstyle. I'm going to leave a highlight at the bend.
Miss Rad, is this an assignment?
This is a worksheet. This
Okay.
till next week. It won't be due on Monday. I think you already have enough due on Monday. Okay, so there's my hairstyle. So now I have midtone.
Miss Rad, could you please pull up the page?
Sorry. Okay, now my last one is my hands. This one is just tracing the handout, which you'd be surprised how much you learn about shapes just from tracing. Okay, so now I've finished that worksheet. So I will be putting this on the module so you can see all the different shading. You want to do a review of the 3/4 face. Anybody want to review that?
Like
Yeah,
together?
yeah.
You want us to draw with you? Yeah, we could do that.
Okay, which one you want to do? The big one or the little one?
Go from big to little?
Okay, so we'll do the big one first. I start with the template. cut it in half, cut it in half again, cut it in half again. Except this one was more, actually would be a little lower. We're going to put the lip between those two lines. The shadow lifts the corners under the lip and in the center of the lip.
Can you pause for a moment, please?
Sure.
Thank you. Okay, go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
good.
So going to shade this lip. So I get a highlight on the top of the mountain. And I'm going to make one lip darker than the other. So this one, I made my upper lip darker than the bottom. So I have 3 values. So I see the side of my nose. I have a nice profile. I've minimized the iris. I've made the upper lid thicker. You look like lashes. I made the lid angular. And at 2/3, it starts to curve the brow. I made it go dark to light. Depending on how much I have turned it, I will see some of the back of the head. I like the way Latoya has her camera set up so you can see what she's doing. Can all of you do that? She has it balanced on a cup.
I could, but I don't know how to record on my phone. So that's why I use my laptop.
Oh.
Latoya, how tall is that cup your phone is on?
This one's like a pretty tall one. This is like it's like a glass, like a big wine glass.
Oh, and you sit in that?
Yeah, I just set it on top of it.
Oh, that's cool. Let's see.
Yeah.
Every time I'll go get one and experiment.
Is anyone able to record the lesson on their phone?
Is anybody
I
able?
haven't tried. I think you could. I think, let's see. Stop video. Let me look at what my options are. I don't see the option to. No, I don't see the option to. You can also log in like on your phone and log in on your computer to the meeting.
I did that and then it started screeching.
Or you have to
Oh.
disconnect the audio on your phone.
Yeah, you have
Oh,
to mute
okay.
it.
So when
I'll do that.
you enter, it has more, and you can say disconnect audio.
I can't figure out how to draw the other eye, the side eye.
Okay, so it's foreshortened. So here is the eye. Let's see if you can see me.
I can see it.
Oh, you can see it?
Mm-hmm. What if I draw a whole eye in the right side?
Okay, so
I can't see it now. Oh, okay.
did I mess it up?
No.
What I'm doing to this eye is I'm foreshortening it. So it's a good, it's a lot smaller than the first eye.
It's smaller.
Because it's starting to turn. So you only see a small portion of it. Whereas on the front one, I see the whole eyebrow, but on this one, I only see the eyebrow before it turns. So I see it just literally cut in half or 3/4 because here it would be the whole eye and I'm chopping it. So I only see a portion of it. So I just videotaped my 3/4 face with my phone using Latoya's method, and I'm uploading it right now and going to put it in the module. So you'll be able to watch it. So kudos to Latoya. If we were in the classroom, I'd be giving you a prize.
Nice.
All I can do is give you a thumbs up. And I don't even know where that thumbs up went, but I pushed it. Let's see.
One. Baby, I'm in class.
So you guys, how do you like online as opposed to being in the classroom?
I would prefer being in the classroom.
I hate it.
Yeah, it's not the same.
You hate
It's not very, like, delays me learning more. I feel like I would learn more in the classroom than online.
Oh, you think you learn more in the classroom than online?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's good that you can rewatch a video over and over.
True.
Yeah, they didn't have that option with like actual classroom.
Yeah.
But I like just like seeing it done. I feel like being in person, like you could get like your hand motions and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff together and like understand it better.
Yeah. Well, I think when we get back in a classroom, I would just videotape all the demos and put them on so you could see them. Because I do
That
think,
helps a lot.
yeah, I think it does.
Miss Rad, mine's look a little better, but she still look a little like cockeyed.
Okay, let me look at her. This Latoya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's see. What's happening is the eyes are too far apart. The
Bring
nose,
this one more.
I think I would bring the other one because you don't have this part of the bridge showing. This line of the nose. You want to get
Uh-huh.
that nose. Did you see my sketch?
Like that.
Yeah, but it should go all the way up to the eyebrow or the eye
Oh,
a little higher. Yeah, I just think the eyes are too far apart. Let's see if that makes a difference.
it looks a little better.
Yeah,
But so bring this one closer, like make it bigger.
or bring the other one over a quarter of a head. Just tinier, yeah, wait, a little closer. Go back over to the eye, just a little. No, the other way, there. Okay, yeah, there. Yeah, start your eye there. I think it'll make a difference.
Okay.
Okay. Your lips could be a little fuller, just a little bit. I don't have much space between the nose and the lip.
Okay.
So we're gonna sketch this figure after break. I think it looks crazy. So take a break, come back at 9:40. 9:40. You get a 25-minute for me to design on. So I'm gonna get the angle of that foot. So I can see this knee and that knee, it creates an angle. So when I look at this, I'm not even sure which one is the weighted leg. I'm taking a guess. Okay, this one. They're pretty much on the same plane. Okay, so I've got my shape. Again, another 3/4 face. I toned down the hair a little bit. I'm going to group 2 fingers together. Okay, and now I have some draping. This one has quite a lot of drape. I don't think I'm going to minimize some of it. I'll just put a little bit of it in. So the thighs are like a mountaintop. The top of the thigh gets a little highlight, has a little bit of curve. It's a little darker on the inside. Oops.
Miss Rav, could you please pull up the page?
Sorry.
It's okay. A little bit down, maybe, just so I can see the full body.
Okay.
Or, I mean, up.
Down or up?
I think that's fine. That's fine. Thank
All
you.
right. Oops. One of the reasons I picked this pose is this hair reminds me of that twig that was in the volcano picture on the mood board. Do you remember it? Yeah, I'm going to show it to you. It just reminds me of it. So when I go to share screen, right here, this twig. Let's see if I can zoom it. This twig right here in the top right-hand corner. It reminded me of that hair. So now, I think I will give this a little cheetah print. And now it'll go with
Her shoes should be red to emphasis on the volcano.
oh, very good idea. Okay, we don't have color yet, but maybe I can scrounge up some red. Let's see if I can get it red.
Oh yeah.
This goes to my marker board.
You're using marker?
I am. I'm using the marker for my marker board for this, where I've got, let's see, it's not day 8, it's day 9. Isn't today the 24th? I never changed the board.
It's the 24th.
Yeah. Okay, so now I got red shoes. I got my little cheetah print. So I'm just putting the cheetah print in my shadow areas. And my mind fills in the blanks. Because the rest just looks like highlight. But I get the idea that it's cheetah all the way around. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, Miss Rad. So I will put those on the module. I put the videotape I just did of the 3/4 face. I had it balancing on my little cup, and I put it on the module under videos for day 9. Yeah, it's day 9 now. So, and I'll put this on the module for day 9. So let's see, what else should we review? Is there anything you would like to review?
Can you do the Mel's face again?
The what?
The Mel face?
Yeah, I'll go over the male face. This was a student that did this rendition from the photo pose. Thought she did a nice job. Here's the photo pose and her rendition. I thought it was really nice. So it is possible to take a sketch like this and use it and create a drawing from it. If you get a pose that's good enough size, you can actually elongate it. So I'll show you. So when I trace this, it's going to actually be fatter. So I can't really trace it line for line, but it can help me get the pose. So the neck's going to be a little longer. I slimmed down the body a little. But I actually can get a decent drawing. Okay, so here's, yeah, that's looking good. It's just that I can't, I'm going to have to slim it down a little. Let's see. Yeah. So now you can see it's just a little too wide. So I'm going to slim it down a little, but that'll work. And then I might have to lengthen the legs a little. It does make it a little easier, but I have to know how much to slim it. Okay, so far it's looking good. I mean, that it doesn't bother me at this point. But not all poses are the right proportion, but this one wasn't bad. That's pretty good. I just slimmed it down in the waist, and everything else looks pretty good. So I'm going to create another design from this one. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll give it a little strap. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And it was all done from tracing and making it skinnier. I might take it in a little there. Not bad at all. So I learned this little method from Andre, who was on Project Runway about 10 years ago. He came to teach where I was teaching.
My favorite.
Oh, yes?
It's so funny.
And he said he learned this when he went to Otis school, the school Otis Fine Art or Fashion Art. And I thought, well,
Worth going there because I kind of want to go there, but I'm still like debating whether or not.
oh, I don't know. I haven't been there. I've substitute taught there for a teacher, but I never went there for classes. I enjoy watching Zoe Hong on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
Paul King, they both teach there. They're both on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook.
And yeah,
Uh-huh.
do they have like a good reputation for their fashion design program at Otis?
It's costume design, and they're considered the Parsons of the West Coast. But I know someone that graduated there, and she told me like that I'm better off just getting an AA degree instead of getting a bachelor's and being loaded with a lot of debt. And that's what everyone has told me that has a bachelor's in fashion. It's better off just to get an AA.
I hear you.
Because my friends that have bachelor's degrees, they're like in debt, and like the starting salary is not really that much in fashion.
Okay, there we go. Let's see. Maybe I'll make that a little mesh too. Make boots. I have a pair of boots like this that have mesh at the top. and it had a mesh lining inside, and I didn't like the lining, so I ripped it out. And now the boot doesn't stay up. The lining kept it to stay up.
Mm.
I learned the hard way. Quit doing stuff to your clothes. It's like wreck them. I did the same thing to a bathing suit. I wanted it lower, so I cut it down, and then it wouldn't stay up because I had the wrong kind of machine.
How come you don't have the kid, like the students at Trade Tech, fix them?
Well, I did that long before I taught at,
Oh,
and now I wouldn't wear it anyway because I'm too old. But it was when I was first learning, and I thought I could just experiment and do those things, and I learned the hard way. You need a special machine if you're going to tear apart your bathing suit. You
I
need
think we've all done it.
we've all done it.
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah, so it worked. I mean, I can't really tell that much difference if I would have drawn it or traced it. It worked pretty good.
Yeah.
It's also finding a good enough picture. This picture was pretty good size. Okay, so we're going to do a man's face. I have to go walk around the other side of the table and get the man's face from the other day.
Miss Rad, will you post the pictures of this design or this fashion model? Because I haven't finished it.
It'll all go up there.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I think the men was day 7. Let's see. I'm looking.
Day 5.
Oh, it was the 5th day?
Yeah.
Oh, good memory. Okay. I'm moving through the pile.
Now I'm looking at the assignments of what to do.
Okay. So here was my shoe wheel. Yep, here it is. It was day 5. Here's the face. Okay. I don't know where the drawing went, but that's okay. Better do a new one anyway. Okay. So we have the template.
Yeah, I have it. Hold on. Oh, wait, I don't. Did you post it online?
Anyone?
Did you post the template of the man's face online?
I think I did.
Because the only one I have is this one.
Let me see. Yeah. And that's online, right?
Yeah, but the one that you're doing right now, I don't think it's online.
Oh, it's on there. It's under men's template. But I can put it on again if you can't find it, but I think I'm right here, so I'm looking. I have 2 computers. I'm looking to see if it's here. It would be front face, side face, back view. Men's front face demo and men's body demo. Compare men's women's face, compare men and women's body. Okay, let me see. It's in week 2.
Okay.
Compare the men and women's face. It's there.
Okay, I'm gonna print it right now. I'm gonna mute myself.
So don't draw it yet.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll just print it and then.
Okay, so it has more chin, so the mouth is a little higher. The bottom lip is more square. On the man, you can draw the nostrils, you can draw a lot more detail, can make his nose wider. You can actually draw the bridge. You don't have to just shade it, because the man can have more details. The eye is more angular, more like a rectangle. The brows are lower and fuller. Not as strong an arch, but it still has an arch. What do I do with my little shading stick? How did I lose it? Where did it go? No idea. Here's another one. I don't know how I lose a shading stick, but I did. Let's see. I'm not on my. Yeah, I always think it's easier to learn men first because you can make them really angular and the line quality can be scratchy and they still look really good. You want me to give him facial hair? Okay, nobody said yes or no.
Yeah.
I'm giving him a little facial hair. He's cute. So he's been quarantined now, so he's got a little growth on his face. So I always like to, in class, I would usually be on the marker board and I would draw the woman's face and then I would turn her into a man. That's always fun. You want me to do that? So you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
gonna draw her eyes. Okay. So if I'm going to turn her into a guy, I could start with the nose or the eyebrows. So which one do I start with first?
Eyebrows.
I'm gonna turn her into a guy.
I'm going to turn her into a guy.
Start with her eyes or her like.
Her brow. So I'm going to start with her brow. And I'm going to rub the brow and make it thicker. Which is just basically going to just make her look a little more trendy. The brows today are kind of full and thicker. Okay, so now I'm going to lower her chin. That'll be dramatic. So I'm going to lower her chin and I'm going to make it more angular.
She's getting plastic surgery.
Yeah. So now she has a stronger chin and I'm going to give her a wider neck. So that too is going to make her look stronger. Okay. So now I'm going to give her a stronger nose. And I'm going to actually draw some of the bridge. And I'm going to make her forehead more of a widow's peak instead of an oval. So that will make her look more rectangular. Make her jawline a little stronger. I can actually do both sides of the bridge of the nose. So now I'm going to make her lips a little wider. Maybe just a little bit longer. And now the eye shape, I'm going to make it more rectangular. Think, see the difference. And then her hair, I will make it a little. Give her a little sideburn.
He still looks really pretty.
He looks pretty.
The girl you just turned to the guy.
Yeah. Now I gave it a little stronger nose. I mean chin. Does he still look pretty?
He looks like a Ken doll. Like he'll be on like Baywatch. Oh, make his hair curlier. So basically, lower eyebrows, broader face, longer chin, wider mouth. Both sides of the nose can be drawn. So the more lines, the more rugged he looks. Yeah, you can definitely get carried away with detail and he just looks better. Okay, there we got a man. Makes sense? So, Yes.
want to review anything else? Should I do something new?
No.
No, yes, maybe. I have
Sure.
lots of different poses. You like any of these?
The S-shaped girl.
Her?
Yeah.
Okay. She looks like a snake's crawling up her. It kind of looks like a squirrel's wrapped around her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a snake. It is a snake print. Ooh, creepy. This one actually might work for Tracy. And I would definitely have to stretch her out. Let's see if that would work.
Yeah, I would definitely have to make her slimmer and stretch her out. But let's see. Yeah, that I'm going to have to stretch out. Okay, so this one I have to elongate. So I lift it up. And then the first leg. And the second leg. And the arm. I definitely had to stretch it out here, here, here. But it's not bad. It's just another method. It doesn't take away the need to understand proportion, because if you copy it exactly, it won't work. I definitely had to stretch it out. But it's fast. So some of the fabrics that we're supposed to learn for the first collection, one of them is sheer. So if I put something sheer over her, and then one of the other things that was on the first collection was design a print. So let's say I was going to design a cheetah print. But what could I do to make it look different and fresh and new? What could I add to it?
You can make it red.
A red cheetah print?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or orange, like a burnt orange.
Oh yeah, with the volcano. Okay, I could use my ruler to make it more professional looking.
How do you make her bun not look like a coconut?
Well, it looks like a coconut.
Mine does.
A coconut. Well, I put the shadow on it to make it look rounded. Is it not? Is yours more like a?
It's on the screen. I'm filming it.
Oh, okay. Let's find you. On Jewel.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I'm gonna go to speaker view. Where did you go? There you are. Oh, good. So do you have the camera mounted on a wine glass? Oh, because yours looks like a circle. Mine's more, I make it the shape a little bit not so circular. Yours looks like a complete circle. Okay, so it's gonna look like a red volcano. I found my red colored pencil. So have it look kind of darks and lights, so it looks like the volcano is erupting. Okay, so my bathing suit could have the print. I'll put a little bit more of it so it just fades out when it's behind the curtain. You just see a slight fading when it's behind the sheerness of the cover up. Nice. So I'm using 2 different color swatches because I only have 2 pencils. I think I have more pencils. Where are
Can
they?
you lift it a little bit so we can see it?
Oh my gosh, you didn't get to see that? Sorry.
Oh,
I'm not even near, I'm on Jules. Hold on. I can't see what you're seeing. So you didn't see me drawing that?
no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's because your screen like is getting cut off and it's doubling again, like on that towards the end of the screen.
That's the internet when it gets tired.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. When you do it, you can't. It shows that it's full screen, but on this side,
I think that when I take the break, maybe I should turn off the internet and turn it back on when we start again, even though it's a pain in the neck because we have to do another password. But I think the internet just gets tired. That is my theory.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. I guess like I've been having an issue about submitting assignments.
Yeah.
And I guess like everyone in my other class came to the conclusion that it was probably the internet and everybody using Canvas and everybody using Zoom.
Oh, so there's nothing that you can do about it?
Yeah, I guess it's just everybody's using it all at once.
Yeah. But I find it doesn't get bad until the end. And that's why I thought maybe it's tired. I don't know. I'm giving it more light.
I feel like right now it's probably like prime time that everybody's on it, like the classes.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. Does that help give it a little bit more light?
Because I took an online class last session and I didn't have issues at all with anything. And since the quarantine, like since the second week, the second session, I've been having issues.
Well, and it could be too because all of us teachers don't know what the hell we're doing. My guess is it could be 50-50. So I don't know how I could have just used the ruler and now I can't find it. That's funny.
They didn't teach this to you guys prior, like you guys are barely learning how to use Canvas.
Say it again. Do I what?
You guys weren't like the teachers weren't taught how to use Canvas prior.
Oh, yeah. No, it was totally up to you whether you wanted to use it or not. I've always used it, so that wasn't hard for me. But knowing how to use all this equipment and knowing how to get on Zoom, that was all new. Because in the last 2 weeks, I got all this new equipment that I had to figure out how to use. So it's been a huge learning curve. Not everybody's on the same, some teachers came in already knowing how to use a lot. I think Mr. Conti knows how to use everything because he told me what equipment to buy. So I assumed
he said that he was teaching a lot of students how to.
Oh, he is?
I'm sorry, teaching a lot of teachers how to use Canvas and Zoom.
Yeah, because I was surprised how many teachers didn't know how to use Canvas. That was a huge learning curve. So, but we're all.
Other classes, don't you teach at FITM? Do you guys do you teach
Yeah,
online?
No, but I will. I start there next week. Yeah, I will. Yeah, it's new for everybody. So, yeah, I probably should talk to some of the online teachers that have been doing it a long time to find out their tips.
Miss Cardi did I took her history of costume with her. It was really good the way she did it online.
Yeah. How did she do it?
So like each week she would do a lecture. Like she would record herself on Zoom and like she would do a lecture and like she would show the PowerPoint and I would just like write notes. We would write notes down and like pictures and then she would like find references on YouTube prior to like that week's era of the costume. And then we would have a quiz and it was like what she taught.
Oh, that's cool.
But she looked so good doing it. Like if I would have taught, I would have been laughing.
Well, it's just a new frontier. We're all learning. But it might happen for a while until they get a vaccine before we get back in that classroom. Okay, so now I've got a print in 3 different colors. And I could actually use my flesh pencil. Aha. Anybody have their colored pencils yet?
Yeah, I've had them for a very long time.
I do.
You could actually put flesh on her.
I found them at a flea market like 2 years ago for like I think $20.
That's cool. She has kind of a ghosty look because she has all that gray shadow. Looks kind of cool.
It looks pretty.
Looks pretty, huh?
Mm-hmm. Would that be like a sheer thing?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the trim colored?
Yeah, the trim is like piping. Maybe I'll put a little brown in her hair too. So we have it in, we got to think up some words that go with that mood board. So we have volcano red and
Quarantine 2020.
we're going to call the Quarantine 2020 is the name of our collection.
I don't know.
Quarantine, I don't even know if I spell it right. Quarantine 2020.
Quarantine apocalypse.
Apocalypse. I don't even know how to spell these words. Lips. And so we have volcano red. What should I call it? Volcano red, or fire or red? Volcano red. And what should the green be? Eruption green. And smoky blue. Okay. So she has her cheetah print in 3 different colors, her sheer, and her swimwear. That's cool. I don't know. Oh, there's my ruler. It hit the ground and it's see-through, so I couldn't see it. So I'm going to make a nice little, let's see. I love this little ruler. Okay, so it's volcano red. Okay, that's cool.
It looks really nice.
So I made a quickie, and when I say quickie, I did it in less than 10 minutes. Portfolio that I put on the module, I think for day 8. And it's says Miss Rad's portfolio. But I could scan this now and stick it in there. And as I keep progressing and doing more assignments, I could scan them and put them in there. And then when I'm done at the end of the class, I have my entire final project already scanned and ready to show. So go look at it. I did it in Google Slides. They have templates. So there's other websites. There's Prezi, there's Canva, there's, I don't know, there's a lot of them. But you could start now just building one with a couple slides, and then every time we do an assignment, which you like, you can throw in there, and you'll have a portfolio done by the time we finish this class. Does that sound exciting?
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
I had never used Google Slides. I went in there and I did it in less than 10 minutes. I did have pictures on my photos. So I inserted images from my photos and that was it. So take some time and explore it and see what you think. So is there anything else you want to review? Can you think of something else you'd like to watch again?
No, no. No.
Maybe I'll just pick another sketch. I have a little bit more time. You like any of these? Or do you like any of these?
I like the one in the middle on the last picture.
Me too.
With her arms out? Oh,
Oh, wait. you
wait,
mean
no.
The one before it.
This
Yeah,
one?
that one.
Yeah.
That one too. Okay. So we'll fold it. So it can just be here. Imagine how much they must love their bodies that they could walk on stage and pose like that and not be the least bit nervous.
Is this from the 60s? Looks like it might be.
I don't know. That underwear looks like the 60s. I feel like I should put cocktails in her hand. Happy hour. Looks like she's drinking tequila and wine.
That is one crazy mixture.
Okay.
You like the long hair? It looks
Yeah,
like
it's pretty.
just a little bit of bun there. Not quite sure what she's got going on there. Okay. Okay, so she has a little bow here. She has lots of goodies going on. I don't know what designer this was. I just saved it, made pages of good poses.
Didn't have to design much.
I'm just trying to get highlight, midtone, and shadow, even on the shoes. So the leg is bent. It's going to have more shadow. So when you draw from a photo, it's a little harder because you have to make it slimmer than the photo. But the photo usually is helpful when it comes to shading because you can see where all the shadows are. So the darker areas lead your eye around the illustration. So you want to have some areas that are a little bit darker. You want your nuance line to transition to a straight line. You don't want it to be abrupt. It slowly tapers back to the thin line. We have one more minute. So you guys have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, Awesomeness.
Thank you.
You too. Thank
I'll be making more videos and putting them in so you have a review. If you are stuck on something, you can go see it.
And you'll post these women's figures as well? Because I want to keep working on this one. I just barely got anything done with it.
Everything I've done today will get put online.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, Miss Rad.
Bye, Miss
I
Rad.
was-
Thank you.
Miss Rad. I was working on like a self-portrait type of thing,